There are degrees not paid for with money. They are traded for something that the giver can never get back. Asterisk. Episode 1. My uncle didn't know what college was. He only knew waking up early, feeding the pigs, cleaning the pens. Repeat. His house was in rural Texas, hours away from the university I attended, far away from the dreams of changing your life that people often talk about. The day I received my acceptance letter, I didn't dare brag to anyone. I only called my uncle. Said very softly, "I got in." He was silent for a moment, then said, "Okay." A few days later, he called back, asked just one question. "How much is the tuition?" I told him the number. The other end of the line went silent again. 2 weeks later, I went to visit him. The pig pen was emptier than usual. The biggest breeding pig was gone. He said, "I sold it." No explanation. No long story. No saying it was for me. I stood there, smelling the familiar scent of the pen. Suddenly, it felt sharper than any other day. My tuition was traded for a pig. Traded for months of his hard work. He didn't ask what my major was. Didn't ask how much money I'd make later. He only said, "Study decently." I nodded. At that time, I didn't understand what decently meant. Later, every time I felt tired, I would remember that empty pig pen. Not everyone who is well off will help you. And from that, you learn which leg you have to stand on. Asterisk. Episode 2. I have an aunt in California. Big house. 2-car garage. Going to the beach every weekend. The day I was about to start school, my mother told me to try calling her. Not to ask for much. Just to ask for a loan. I called. Explained everything in detail. Said I would pay her back. Said I only needed to get through the first year. She listened. Nodded. Then said, "Let me see." After that, nothing. No rejection. No help. Just silence. That silence didn't make me angry. It woke me up. I realized something very early. Just because someone is well off doesn't mean they have an obligation to lift you up. From that day on, I didn't call back. Didn't mention it. Didn't blame her. I went to look for a job. Any job. Washing dishes. Cleaning houses. Delivering. Every time I was tired, I thought of her house. Spacious. Enough room for me. But I wasn't there. I was in a cramped rented room. Sleeping against the wall. Eating instant noodles. No one owed me anything. And I owed no one but myself. Some people go to college on scholarships. Others go by not daring to miss a single shift. Asterisk. Episode 3. My first job was washing dishes. A small diner. The smell of oil. The smell of dish soap. My hands were always wet. My skin peeling off in small patches. I worked the night shift. Finished at 11 p.m. Leaving work. The streets were empty. Some days, while washing dishes, I studied in my head. Reciting formulas. Reciting vocabulary. After that, I worked as a delivery driver. At night, the tips weren't much, but enough to eat. Once, I delivered to a wealthy neighborhood. They opened the door, took the food, closed the door. I stood out there, looking at my hands, shivering from the cold. My education money wasn't in a bank. It was in every shift, every order, every time I didn't dare take a day off. My classmates talked about vacations. I talked about my work schedule. No one was wrong. It's just that everyone has a different starting point. Some nights I went back to my room, sat on the floor, didn't turn on the light. I thought of my uncle, the pig, the silent aunt. Then I stood up, preparing for tomorrow. When the city sleeps, someone is still running, not to get rich, just so they can go to school tomorrow. Asterisk. Episode 4. I started delivering at night. Not because I liked it. Only because I had to go to school during the day. At night, I turned on the app. Old car. Just enough gas. Some nights I ran continuously. Some nights I sat waiting for an hour. And no one ordered. The city at night is very different. Fewer voices. More lights. I delivered food to high-rise apartments. Clean elevators. Quiet hallways. They opened the door. Took the food. Said, "Thank you." Closed the door. Everything happened in a few seconds. But to me, that was an entire shift. Once, I delivered late. The customer wasn't happy. No tip. I stood out there. Cold wind. Numb hands. I didn't blame them. They paid to have things on time. As for me, I was paying my tuition with sleep. Some nights, driving through the wealthy area. Houses lit up. Laughter echoing out. I thought of my uncle. The pig he sold. The silent ant. Then I looked back at the notification. You just earned $6. That $6 couldn't buy anything big, but added up. It kept me in school. I drove back to my room near dawn. Parked the car. Sat still. No music. No phone. Just thinking. Tomorrow. I still had to keep going. Dash dash dash. The moment they call your name, no one sees what you silently traded for it. Asterisk. Episode 5. The day I graduated. I didn't have many relatives there. Just a few friends. And my mother. I put on the gown. Looked at myself in the mirror. Saw a different person. Not the one who washed dishes. Not the one who drove at night. Yet, it was that same person. My name was called. I walked onto the stage. Received the degree. In that moment, I didn't think about jobs. Didn't think about the future. I thought about the numbers. Tuition. Rent. Gas money. I thought of my uncle. The empty pig pen. The familiar smell. I thought of my aunt. The silence. I thought of the nights in the car. The app screen lighting up and then turning off. All of those things stood together in one single moment. My mother stood below. Applauding. Not crying. Just smiling. After the ceremony, she asked, "So, it's finished, son?" I nodded. She said, "That is enough." No one said I was successful. No one said I was great. It's just that I had made it through the first stretch. I held the degree. It felt heavy enough. Not because of the paper, but because of what had been traded for it. We're more than just viewers, we're companions. Subscribe so we don't lose touch.